Good morning, students. This is Alka Rajput. Now, start with your new chapter, that is survival, growth, and development. So, in this chapter, first of all, we have studied about development across stages. So, let us now read how development take place in the various domains during the first four stages of the human lifespan. That is, first is infancy, early childhood, middle childhood, and adolescence. So, first of all, physical and motor development. So, increase in height and weight. The most dramatic gains in height and weight occur in the prenatal period when a single Carl organism grows a fetus that is 20 inches in length and about 2.5 to 3 kg in weight. So, infancy is the next period of fastest growth. By the time the infant is 6 months old, she doubled her weight, and by the time she 1 year old, the weight is 3 times that at birth. Most infants are 8 to 9 kg by the time they are a year old. So, motor development, gross motor development, example use of arms and legs precede the development of fine motor skill. Example holding a glass in one hand. Let us read the milestone in the development of gross motor skill first. So, it is important to remember that each milestone is achieved in a certain age range rather than in a specific month. What this means is that there are differences among children in the rate of development, so that one cannot specify exactly the month when a particular milestone will be achieved. If a child does not achieve more than one milestone in the expected age range, then it is a cause for the concern. So, table 3 lists the important motor milestone in the first 10 years of child. So, next is language development. All children, whatever language they may speak, develop language through similar stages and sequence. The sound made by the children in the first year of the life before they are able to speak words are called the pre-linguistic sound. These include crying, cooing, and babbling. Children acquire the first words around the end of the first year, and after that language develop rapidly, and by adolescence that they have become sophisticated producers of language through vocabulary continues to develop even later throughout life. An important aspect about language is that the child from the first day can understand more than she can speak. Comprehension, receptive language, precede production, expressive language. So, stages in development of language. First is crying is the first form of the child communication. It is the innate or inborn, which means that the child does not have to be taught to cry. In the first month of birth, this is the only sound that the infant makes. So, second is babbling. Babbling is a constant vowel combination like da, ma, pa. The infant repeat this combination leading to sound like dada, mama. Babbling sound like human speech. So next is socio emotional development. The early relationship and emotions. You should have noticed that infants and their caregivers are attached with each other. How do these bonds develop? It may seem surprising, but the infant from the first day displays behavior that elicit social and emotional responses from caregiver. Also, adults show specific behavior that cause the infant to be attracted towards them. Thus, both the caregiver and the children have behavior that help them interact with each other and develop attachment. So, first is forming attachment. The caregiver provide a lot of physical contact to the infant. We like to pick up babies not only during routine activities but also just for the sheer pleasure of it. Infants have an inborn need of physical contact, and when the caregiver pick up the child, they fulfill this need. Second is adult and the older children use a special type of speech when talking to infant. It is called motherese. It is very short and sentence, simple words, certain modulation of voice and nonsense sounds such as clucking noises. Such speech delight that infant she he respond by cooing and babbling. Third is we smile at the infant and see us smile. The infant smile back, caws and babbles. And last is caregiver like a gaze at the infant which set up a communication between the caregiver and the infant. This mutual gazing is most important in establishing a link between the two and is one of the first form of social emotional interaction. So, caregiver exaggerate this facial expression when talking to the infant, and this help the baby to learn to discriminate various emotional expression. So caregiver also make a lot of rhythmic movement when interacting with the infant. We nod and shake our head from side to side and bring it forward. Some of the movement and sound we make, such as rocking and swaying, are soothing to babies. Caregiver also plays simple games with the infant when he is a little older. Example, peek-a-boo is common in all culture. So just as caregivers communicate with infant also initiate behavior to make social contact. When infants cry in discomfort, then mother comes running. When they coo, babble, smile, and gaze on their own initiative, and these behavior in create the caregiver protective. So the above mentioned behavior take place many times during the day as a caregiver repeatedly bath and change the infant clothes or soothe him her when she is distressed. This leads to the development of the bond of attachment between them. Since in most cases it is the mother who primarily looks after the child, the infant usually first become attached to her. This relationship with the mother is the first social relationship. So, cognitive development refers to the emergence of thinking capabilities in the child from time she is born. As one grows from one year to other, there are qualitative differences in the way in which one thinks. These changes in our way of thinking are because of changes in our mental structure and understanding of experiences. And this is referred to as cognitive development. To give just one example, the infant behaves as if the object removed from his eyes does not exist anymore. It is only the second half of the second year of the life the infant begins to understand that objects exist even though they are out of sight. So, sensory development refers to the development of the sensory capabilities of vision, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. While the infant is born with fairly well developed sensory capabilities, these refine and develop further with age. For example, the newborn can focus his eyes on faces and objects west when they are 8 inches from the face. Gradually, the child's visual ability develops to enable her eyes to focus on objects whether they are farther or nearer. So, second is children emotions. There is one debate among researchers regarding the emotion young children show because one cannot know the exact linkage between the child's facial expression and inner feelings. Nonetheless, infant experiences what we call joy, distress, anger, and even rage. Gradually, emotions get differentiated also happiness, interest, excitement, sadness, dejection, and fear. Around 6 months of age, the child shows fear of stranger and may get upset and begin to cry when they approach him her. This is because the child gained the ability to recognize people once she is become fearful or unfamiliar faces. This is called stranger anxiety. It reaches its peak around 8 to 12 months of age and disappear between 15 to 18 months of age. A little after stranger anxiety appears, the infant develops separation anxiety, the fear of being separated from caregiver they are attached with. They are distressed when the mother is out of sight. This fear is at its peak around 12 to 18 months of age and disappear around 24 months of age. It is important to note that all children are not equally vary in all situations. It varies with their prior experiences, temperament, and the nature of other people around them. So, parents child rearing practices. When parents bring up their children, the process is called child rearing. How parents rear their children has a marked effect on children's personality. We all learn to behave in ways that are seen as appropriate in our community and direct instruction by parent and other around us, and indirectly as we observe other behaving in particular ways. So relationship with sibling and peers. Most families in our country have more than one child, and many cases the older child is required to look after the younger one. Siblings influence each other development to a great extent. Can you say how the child's relationship with sibling would be different from his relationship with parents? Siblings are near in age to each other, and so the relationship between them is more equal, friendly, and democratic as compared with parents. A positive relationship between the sibling can provide emotional support and nurturance as they play confidence and share with each other. An elder sibling can set standard of behavior which the younger one tries to follow. However, in sibling relationship there is also conflict, domination, competition, rivalry and jealousy, and parents can play an important role in creating a bond between them. So, peers become increasingly important in the child life as she grows. A detailed discussion about relationship and interaction with peers was undertaken in the chapter School Peers and Educator in Unit 2nd B Part 1. Among peers are close friends and not too close friends. Friendship with children similar in age with whom the child plays, fight and share secret contribute to his her social and emotional development. So next is cognitive development. Cognitive development refers to the development of thought processes in children. Cognition or thinking, it's concerned with how we come to know the world around us, how we receive and interpret information, how we mentally represent the world around us. Let us first reflect a little on what are the various mental processes involved in thinking. We discriminate between taste, color, shape, living and non living things, edible and non edible things, and one can keep adding to this list. We associate certain emotion with certain experiences, certain people with a certain type of behavior, certain weather with a particular month, and certain belongings with certain person. Most of our action are performed with an intention, with a purpose. We know that our action will have an effect. In other words, we understand cause effect relationships. So, when you change your route to teach your school because there is some obstruction in the route you normally take, or when we think of an alternate way of handling a situation because the usual way is not successful anymore, we are showing the ability to solve problems. We are also remember imitate reason about the cause of things, understand relationship between object, experiences of feeling, think and reason about hypothetical situations, and think is abstract terms, that is think about ideas and concepts that do not exist physically like ideas or emotions. So, according to Piaget, cognitive development proceeds through four stages: sensory motor, pre operational, concrete operational, and formal operation stage. We shall in this section study some significant aspects of and changes in the child thinking that take place from one stage to the next. First is the sensory motor stage. This stage of development lasts for birth till 2 years of age. During this period, infants try to understand the world through their senses and through their motor capacities, example action. Therefore, the name sensory motor period of development. Thus, infants understand the world on the basis of their action on object and people and how they appear to them. An infant girl knows a toy in terms of how it appears to her eyes and feels to her touch. Sensory information as if she cannot throw it, kick it, push it, and bang it, motor action. She does not yet understand the toy in terms of its property as hard and or soft, made of wood or metal, big or small, light or heavy. These are the concept infant does not yet have. So the child has many reflexes, including the sucking reflexes. By 2 months of age, infants begin to show interest in things around them. By 3 months, they begin to understand what the action of other indicate. For example, a child understands that the mother will feed him her by the specific gesture and action the mother makes at the time of feeding. This also shows that infant remembers. So between 4 to 8 months of age, the infant begins to understand that his or action can have impact. For example, when she he kick his her legs in the arm, the wall moves. When she he drops an object in makes a noise. This is the beginning of understanding cause effect relationship. Between 8 to 12 months of age, the infant begins to intentionally carry out action. This means that she he understand which action will have what effect and will be appropriate in a given situation. So between 12 to 18 months of age, the infant tries out different ways of the doing things. She changes her action to produce different result. A common example is that an infant repeatedly throwing her toy to see how far it goes or to see the difference in noise when she throws it from different heights. Between 18 24 months of age, an appropriate take place. The infant begins to represent event, object and people mentally. This means she is able to form an idea in her mind, a picture. This is called the mental representation. So that's all for the today. Thank you so much.